Hey love, so recently I watched a 50 Shades tag by Mommy Tips by Cole. I believe that is her name. I'll go ahead and link her original video. But me and my sister, we just filmed the sister tag, so make sure to go and watch that. But right now we are going to be doing the 50 Shades tag.
Yeah.
So I already told you guys in my past favorites video that I have been obsessed with this series. And after watching the 50 Shades tag that Mommy Tips by Cole posted up, I really wanted to do it. She didn't tag me or anything, but I saw the video and I really wanted to do this tag, so I decided to just do it. And if we're a little distracted, it's because
of
little
him.
Bobo is here and he's walking all around
us and won't leave us alone.
He might be joining us for a little bit of this tag. So
yes.
Let's go ahead and get started. So question number 1, who or what got you started on this trilogy? So personally for me, there's been talk about 50 Shades forever, and I believe it was Sonia Castaneda, or S. Castaneda, here on YouTube, who talked about it recently. I think it was a favorites video or something, and she just talked about like how much she loved it and how into it she really was. So when I was walking around at Target, I decided to just go ahead and pick up the first book, and then I was immediately hooked on the series.
For me, I was at work and we had the radio. I had the radio on, and I was listening to 94.9, and they started reading an excerpt. Whatever. I don't know stuff. Anyways, and they read a section of the book, and I was like, wow, that's very. It was kind of
crazy.
Yeah,
with the
slipper. And they read a part of it, and it was very interesting though. And at first I didn't know exactly what the title was, and then they said 50, and then obviously they said 50 Shades. But even then I wasn't sure if I wanted to read it, but it definitely sounded interesting. And then all of a sudden I started seeing it more, like reading about it more on the internet about this book that supposedly people libraries want to ban because it's this erotic novel, and I was like, is it really that bad? And then all of a sudden she was all excited and wanted to read it, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should really read it. So after she was already, I think you're already on the third book. Yeah. I finally started reading it. So
all right. So next, did you purchase / borrow hard copies or ebooks? So I purchased the first Shades of Grey, and then once I finished that, my sister so kindly bought me the second and third book.
Yep.
So they were all 20% off at Target, and she has a Target card, so
it worked out.
It all worked out. Okay. And
well,
so did you purchase or borrow hard copies?
I didn't. So
she borrowed
I just borrowed hers because she has, obviously we have all 3. So I guess technically, since I bought the last 2.
Yeah, so technically she bought the last 2.
Probably after I'm done with the whole series, I'll probably buy my own because I like having because I'm not a reader. I usually don't read. So when I read a book, I like to have my own copy so I can see these are all the books that I've read.
All right. So what book / chapter are you on, or how long did it take you to finish all 3 books? So it took me about a week to finish the first book, and that's only because I took it with me when I was in LA, and I was only able to read it when I was on the plane and just here and there during the week, like before I went to bed and stuff. So it took me a little bit longer to read these, but the other 2, I read them within a day. So I woke up in the morning, I brought it with me to work, read it on my morning break, my lunch, and my afternoon break, and then I finished it late at night at like 2 a.m. and then same with the third book. I just read them within a day. Like I'm a really big reader and I read really fast.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And then I am on the second book, 50 Shades Darker, and I am almost done with the book. That's how much left I have, and I am currently on chapter, let's see. 18. Chapter 18 I'm on.
All right. Number 4, is this your first erotic romance novel? If not, name one you would recommend. So this is my very first erotic romance novel. I generally like to read dystopian novels, so this is completely different from what I usually read, but I actually really like it.
Yeah. And then for me, it's actually not my first. I started when I was in, I don't know if it was college or high school, I can't remember. But I was looking, I needed a book to read, I guess. I needed a book to read for like, probably for just like free reading for like English or something. It wasn't we had to do a report on it, it was just we needed a book to like read. And so I found a book in my mom's like library of books. And it just so happened that it happened to be, like there was erotic scenes in it. And I was like, whoa. What is this? Because I was so innocent back then and didn't know what was going on. But yeah, so I have, this is definitely not my first. I can't remember what the title of the book is. I can't find it. I don't know where it is. But I know I have read at least two.
I can find the titles of those books, I'll just put them down here or something for reference for any of you guys who want to read them.
I can't remember what it is. But yeah.
Okay. So number 5, what was your initial impression of Christian? So when I, like, just the very first scene with him when they were interviewing, he's kind of, like, intimidating and, like, really controlling at the same time, but also kind of, like, mysterious in his, like, smoldering gray gaze and stuff, and you kind of just want to know more about him.
And then for me, I wasn't really sure how to take Christian when they introduced him in the book. But I mean, definitely when you hear like Anna first meeting him, he definitely seems as very intimidating. But I kind of felt like there was something about him that was different. Like that's
something beneath the surface.
Yes, thank you, about him. And I definitely was a lot more interested of like reading on and seeing like what this guy was really about.
All right. Number 6, what is your favorite Christian phrase? So I think we both say
both agree.
Layers, baby.
Yeah.
That's just the
quintessential
Christian
now
phrase.
It's like I just feel like I just want to say that all the time.
I'm gonna say it to like all your friends.
Laters, baby.
All right. Next, do you feel the book really is as degrading towards women as many critics have proclaimed? After all, Anna is a consenting adult and is making choices based on her own desires. So I don't think the book is degrading at all. I think the critics who do say that about the book, they obviously haven't read it for themselves. Anna, her character is actually really strong-willed, and I feel like she is very consenting, and Christian gives her enough freedom to make the decisions that she wants to, and he doesn't do anything to her that she doesn't approve of herself.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with her. I mean, I can't really add to that so much because I just think from reading it, there is nothing in there that's, I find, degrading towards women. I mean, if anything, it just shows that Anna's a strong woman and she knows what she wants. And if she doesn't want it, she's going to say no.
Yeah. So if you were Anna, would you stick around with such a control freak like Christian? So personally, I don't know. I think after reading through all the books, I'm not sure if I would be able to like stick around after that beginning. I think I would have to get to know someone a little bit more, but I think the fact that the way he's described in the book is that he's like so hot, there's some risks that you're willing to take for someone that hot.
Yeah. I mean, I would have to agree. I mean, do I want a controlling boyfriend? Of course not. You don't really want a guy that's going to tell you what to do, but at the same time, there's just something about Christian that just makes you want a guy like him, that makes you want a guy who wants to take care of you, who wants to protect you. I mean, of course, there's that controlling factor, but I think there's a little bit of part of me that would like a guy like Christian.
Number 9, there is a wonderful cast of supporting characters in this book. Who is your favorite and why? So my favorite supporting character would have to be Mia, Christian's little sister. I think she is so cute. Every time she comes into the story, I'm just like so excited about it, and I just think she's such an adorable little girl, and I love how when his mom, Grace, says when Mia finally came into the family, Christian was so excited about her. I just think it's so cute. I really love that like older brother element with their little sister. I think it's really cute.
Yeah, and I just have to agree. Yeah, I love Mia too.
All right. Number 10. Why do you think this book is so popular, especially among suburban mom demographics? I think it's kind of like, especially if you're shy, kind of how it is in the book, and how Anna always talks about her inner goddess. I think a lot of girls have that kind of inner goddess in them, and they're afraid of exploring it, and this is kind of just an outlet for them to be able to like explore that kind of deeper, naughty, sexual side that they're afraid of showing.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to agree. I mean, most girls probably won't say that they're, this naughty and like to be and like talk about, that part of their life. So this book kind of brings it out and in their mind saying that maybe I can do this kind of stuff. That's in it.
Okay. Would you mind if your significant other knew you were reading this trilogy, or how does she feel about it? So I'm single, and to be honest, I don't think they would mind if I was reading it. I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I mean, if your guy can go watch porn or look at Playboy magazines, why can't I have this book?
Exactly. I mean, exactly. I have to agree. I mean, maybe this book is porn for women, so I don't see why there's any big deal to reading it.
Yeah. So at the end of the book, we got to see how things went down from Christian's point of view. Would you buy all 3 books and reread it from his point of view? So she hasn't finished all 3 books yet.
Yeah, so it's probably a question for her.
I absolutely loved it. Those last few little like excerpts and chapters in Christian's point of view, like reading through all the books, I'm sure most of you women out there are like in love with Christian, and just seeing his point of view and how he saw Anna and how he like felt about her and how things were developing from his point of view. I think that is so interesting, and I think that's just something, if they rewrote all 3 books from Christian's point of view, I would definitely buy them and want to read them. Okay, number 13. If you had to sum up this trilogy in one word or phrase, what would it be? Addicting.
And then mine, the first word I think of is awesome.
Because, I would say addicting because, like, I couldn't put it down. Yeah. After reading the first book, I was like, I need both the second and third. I'm going to want to read everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 14. Would you recommend this book to your family and friends? If so, how many have you raved about it to so far? So, obviously, I got her to read it, and I've got some of my coworkers to want to read it too, as well as my cousin's girlfriend. She wants to borrow the book when we're all, like, finished with everything. So
yeah. And then I haven't really told too many people that I'm reading it, not because I'm ashamed of it, it's just no one's asked me. And I think it's because for the most part I'm just reading it like on my own and not really around a lot of people, and and I don't read that much, so people aren't asking me what am I reading now kind of thing. But definitely if people want a book to ask me, do you know any good books to read, I would definitely recommend it.
Okay. And last question. Which actor do you want to play Christian in the film portrayal, and which actress do you want to play Anna? So when reading the book, the two, the actor and actress that I imagine is Matt Bomer and Alexis Bledel. Just because Matt Bomer, he just has that like businessman aspect.
Billionaire look.
And he's like so like, just the way he carries himself, like so like confident and hot. And then Alexis Bledel, she just looks so like sweet and innocent, and she's super pale with her like piercing blue eyes. I just think she'd be like so perfect for it.
I definitely agree with her about that. But another choice for Christian that we've talked about is, because he is gorgeous, is Chris Hemsworth.
Like, because he's Thor. He's a god, and the way Anna describes Christian
is godlike, and big and masculine, and that's definitely Chris Hemsworth.
He's freaking Thor.
Yes.
And then if I had to pick another one, Leighton Meester.
Leighton Meester, yeah,
I love her because she has that sweet and innocent type of side, but she also has that naughty side to her, because who else can date Chuck Bass?
Exactly.
All right. So that is it. If you guys are just watching this and you haven't read the series, or you're considering picking it up, I would definitely recommend reading it. Both of us have been addicted to this, and that's why instead of doing this tag by myself, I decided to invite her to do this tag with me. So this tag was a lot of fun, and if any of you guys are reading it, I go ahead and tag all of you guys to do this video too. So I guess that is it. Thank you guys always so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.